Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of the Canadian year-end ranking list. If you haven't watched part 1, please watch it. I'm gonna put the link in the description below, so y'all can watch part 1 before part 2. And the good news is that every single song from here on out is in the good tier. I'm not even kidding. And you know what? That's great. I don't want to be negative the whole time. I'm gonna talk about some of my favorite hits of the year, so if y'all haven't watched my best hits of 2021, go watch it also. I've worked really hard on them and it would help me a lot. Okay, now let's go.
I just wanna slide, parties in the sky like it's 2055.
This just gives me the vibes. I like it a lot. Nothing more to say, just vibes. I wanted to put this one higher because this was actually one of my most listened songs of the year, but I can't justify it to be honest. Mostly because of everything except the beat. But like I said, that beat is enough to justify its placement here. Oh boy, I hope I don't see any hot takes coming. Oh, come on!
But what if I trip? What if I fall?
Spoiler, this might actually be one of the longest bits here, because I have opinions about these two songs. Let's start with Wonder, because that one I don't have as much to say as you know, the other one. Wonder as a concept just doesn't work. The orchestral instrumentation, while it sounds pretty good, it completely swallows Shawn Mendes. The guy genuinely cannot command this presence. And the lyrics kinda feel weird and insecure. I'll admit that's a minor, but the lyrics, especially the way he says the title line, it feels kind of insecure. And honestly, it's even funnier with some recent events. But honestly, I can't be that cynical. Even with the whole things I said, the sound alone is justifiable enough. It's just so explosive and bombastic, I just can't dislike it. I appreciate the fact that he swung for the fences, even if it mostly didn't work. Holy shit, this is my most negative positive review I've ever made. Just wait when I talk about Monster. And speaking of it...
You put me on a pedestal and tell me I'm the best.
This one is complicated to talk about, because if you took Justin Bieber out of this, not a lot of people would be criticizing it. And honestly, it's valid. But let's talk about the good things. You have this grim atmosphere with the low-key percussion and bass and the somewhat funky but minor key guitar. Honestly, I'm a sucker for this kind of sound. It's minor key but atmospheric in the best ways, and that outro just seals the deal on that. And not gonna lie, Shawn Mendes can actually command this presence really well. And I'll say this, I understand what the lyrics are trying to go for, and for Shawn Mendes' part, it works, showing his anxiety and insecurities about his longevity in his career. Now, this theme could be perceived as something that not even Shawn Mendes wants it to be, you know, like a criticism for cancel culture, because that's what everyone needs. But I think it's well framed on Shawn Mendes' verse, and you know what? I understand why Justin Bieber is here. Maybe Shawn Mendes wanted to show the consequences of the media seeing someone as something that they don't want. The problem is that Shawn Mendes invited Justin Bieber himself. And what already feels like Shawn Mendes is walking on eggshells just completely falls apart. Because at least he was trying to talk about his insecurities in a way that didn't feel scummy. While Justin Bieber talks about the shit that he has made in a way that he is blaming the audience, because everything he's done, it's their fault. And look, there's a lot of truth in the fact that child stars are taken advantage by the music industry or absolutely blasted by the media or the audience for anything they do. The problem is that Justin Bieber has done a bunch of stupid shit, and he's deflating everything, saying that it's all their fault. And that's just straight up bullshit. And that's why many people don't like it. And you know what? It's completely understandable. If it wasn't for mostly the sound itself, I would have absolutely despised this. But like I said, I'm just a sucker for the sound. So at the end of the day, I still kinda like this. It's not higher because of what I said, but hey, at least I'm being honest. Okay, this was kind of long. What's the next one? Okay, I'm not gonna take that long with this.
Can you stay up all night? Fuck me to the daylight. 30 for
Positions, the album itself, has been growing on me a lot. Okay, yeah, it's Ariana in autopilot mode, but holy shit, the autopilot is professional. This one is still probably mid-tier, but it's still extremely fun, even if I didn't come back to it a lot. And now speaking of songs that grew on me...
Steady calling my phone. I done told you before that it's over, leave me alone. No, it's hurting you to see me gone.
In my spring ranking, which, like I said, it got blocked by copyrights, I said that this song was boring. And honestly, I don't think I was fair, because this one grew on me a lot. And it's mostly because of its minimalistic atmosphere. It's calm, but yet it's so bleak. And there's some beauty behind this. Now, it's not as high as I want because you need to be on a certain mood to click with you, but when it clicks, it's so worth it. Okay, how the fuck did this get here?
I might be better on my own. I hate you blowing up my phone. I wish I never met your ass.
And my theory that Canadians love Kane Brown stands corrected. I wanna see Mark explain that. But yeah, I like this. I'll admit, this collab seemed to be a recipe for disaster. A boyfriend country artist aligns with one of the rappers from Ray Shremmerd and with Khalid. Admit it, you had bottom of the barrel expectations, but I'm happy that it managed to be really good. They managed to create a beat that makes everyone have enough space to fit, even if Sway Lee's appearance still feels a bit weird. And even the lyrics are surprisingly decent. It doesn't feel douchey or something like that, it feels more like a shrug, where no one knows what the fuck they're doing, but yet they might stick around and see if it works. It doesn't make anyone look good in the situation, but it feels honest. So yeah, this was a nice surprise, but the fact that this was 55 in the 2020 Canadian list, and it's still 55 in the 2021 Canadian list is funny. Well, this one shrunk on me. I kinda regret not putting WAP as an honorable mention on my list, because honestly, it is that good. It wouldn't be on my list because, like I said, the competition was tough, but at least it deserved an honorable mention. And no, Up is not better than WAP. It's pretty fun, Cardi sells it with so much charisma, but holy shit, those bed springs absolutely killed the mood. It's still good, but I won't revisit as much as I want. You know, I'm happy a song like this exists. It's not doing anything new, but it's inviting as hell.
Ice, lemonade, my neck was tripping.
Oh look.
I ain't joking, do it sound like I'm kidding. I've been making like 2,000 a minute. So high up through the clouds, I was swimming.
I like Polo G. Rapstar is not close to his best, but it feels like a summarization of what Polo G is. A rapper with a pretty soulful flow, and with strong lyrical abilities that can be powerful but also relatable. I just wish I liked the beat more. But hey, I'm happy Polo G got a #1 hit. This is one of the most badly produced Dua Lipa songs I've ever heard. Yet it's still good. How does she manage that? Is this Biebs way over his head? Maybe, but I prefer this version of Justin Bieber over Ooh, I'm a sad boy, feel bad for me, Justin Bieber.
Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this.
Did y'all know that Tiesto was 51 when he released this? What I'm trying to say is that he made his biggest hit in his early 50s. Yeah, his career is really weird. And even at his age, he still got it. Because this is as tight and fun it could be.
Some shit that I usually don't do, but for you I kinda want to.
At this point, I have nothing more to say about this one. It's cute and sweet, and while it's nowhere close to her best lead single, it's still really nice.
What you know about love? I tell you everything. I got what you need.
Pop Smoke should probably be remembered for his more heavy stuff, but you know what? I'm not complaining that they pushed one of the best ballads from Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon.
You holding me, holding you. It's a hell of a view.
I like this a lot. It's pretty nice and the lyrics feel sweet and really honest. I just wish I liked this one a bit more.
Hit a phone
with the tea like, bitch, guess what? All the rich ass boys wanna fuck on us.
If this becomes the quintessential besties night out song, I'm not gonna complain. To be frank, I don't have any right of what to say in this situation, but this still slaps.
Take my hand and hold on. Tell me everything that you need to say.
This is pretty much the same thing with anyone, but with an even sharper bass line. What can I say? Pretty good bass goes bruh, so I'm gonna give a pass. This is Dua Lipa's lamest song ever, and even then it's still really good. How the fuck does that even happen? Okay, look, I get the criticism with this one. It's basic as hell, and some of the lines don't even make any sense. But I just had a ton of fun with this. I can't be this cynical.
Pussy. When I try to fall back, I fall back to you.
Oh, finally, something I didn't talk about. All of the singles I've heard from Regard, I've liked it, not gonna lie. And while I would say that I prefer Ride It or Secrets a bit more, it's still really good. Its dreamy and cloudy vibe with that bass is just so satisfying, and even if Tate McRae's vocal production still sounds questionable, it's not really distracting. Oh, and Troye Sivan fits really well here. But what really sold me to this was the synths in the post-chorus. I'm sorry, I'm just a sucker for this.
You always in the mood, fuck around like I'm brand new. I ain't tryna tell you what to do.
It feels weird to me that now this is one of the biggest songs of all time. It's at 49. It genuinely feels weird. But hey, I still go back to it sometimes. It didn't get better or worse. It's just pretty good fast food. It's all just calories, but for a moment, you feel extremely happy. Yeah, I know this isn't the best comparison, but it still makes sense.
Call me when you want, call me when you need. Call me in the morning, I'll be on the way.
We need more gay sex songs to go to number 1. Can we make a petition about that? Great song, although the melody in the verses is looped as fuck. But it still sounds badass and fun, and Damiano shows that he has power as a vocalist.
Got my peaches out in Georgia. Oh yeah, shit. I get my weed from California. That's that shit. I took my chick up to the north, yeah.
Y'all, please give an opportunity to Giveon. He has a ton of songs that could be pushed on TikTok or on the radio. I would probably recommend either Stuck on You or Vanish. I would also say that about Daniel Caesar, but he's kind of a dumbass, so maybe not.
Prisoner, locked up, can't get you off my mind.
Oh, look! The inferior physical interpolated throwback. Now, this is not a criticism knowing that one is fucking amazing and the other is literally a masterpiece. Also, every single one is better than the original. But this is not on the excellent tier, mostly because of the tonal shift. Look at this example.
You keep making it harder to stay.
You have this pretty anthemic pre-chorus that feels like it's going to lead up to something explosive, and then you have the chorus.
Prisoner, locked up, can't get you off my mind.
Which feels a bit underwhelming. It's still really catchy and really fun, but that caught me off guard a bit and made me not love it as much as the others. Also, the song could have been a bit longer, but you know what? I still like this a lot, and even if I complain that this could be a bit longer, look at that outro. It's just so goddamn awesome. Well, 22 songs on the excellent tier. Man, Canadians really like their music.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day.
Look, I was not gonna separate this from the other Christmas songs. This is my favorite Christmas song. And even if it's from the 80s, it still feels timeless, even with the synths that it's just so 80s. And the lyrics are surprisingly sour, not in a bad way though. It's a breakup song where he reminisces when he gave his all to his lover, but then the next day, it was all over. And it's pretty well described, to be honest. It's a really good addition to the Christmas staples. And you know what? If there's a Christmas song that I'm happy it made this list, it's this one. Inject this into my veins. Oh, look what we got here. So, do y'all remember Majid Jordan? They are an R&B group, which you might remember them being featured in Hold On We're Going Home, which is actually way better than he has any right to be, mostly because of Majid Jordan's contribution, although I'll admit, Drake could actually lean into the vibe of the song really well. And now they actually got another top 40 hit in Canada, and I'm so happy they actually had it, because this is phenomenal. And it's mostly because of the way it sounds, the kinda cloudy and breezy vibe, which is accompanied by the lush keys, and it's just really nice. And Majid Al-Mascati really sells the vibe. I don't know, it just sounds like you're flying for clouds. I probably should listen to more of their stuff, because if it's like this, I'm on board.
Life was a willow and it bent right to your wind.
The funniest thing about the song is that this line,
I come back stronger than a 90s trend,
actually made the song have a 90s trend remix. Haven't listened to it, but that fact is just hysterical. Also, I'm surprised that Taylor decided to just not push Evermore. Yeah, Willow was big, but the rest mostly just left. For God's sake, she could release Tis the Damn Season as a single, and with the right push, it could be seen as a holiday staple. I swear, every time someone hits me with the robot vocals, you instantly win me over. It's just automatic.
Got you, moonlight, you're my starlight, I need you.
And here's another example on how robot vocals win me over instantly. Not gonna lie, while I like the other remix, it's just a song that I can't come back. Not because of the song itself, but mostly around it. Like the whole levitating not going to #1 discourse, which was just exhausting, and also the baby. Yeah, it's just a song that I can't really come back. But you know what? It's always great to come back to the original. It's not my favorite from Future Nostalgia because Love Again and Physical still exist, but I'm happy that it got the push that it deserved. Yeah, it wasn't the original who got the push, but I'm gonna pretend that it was. Lil Nas X has got all of the rights to celebrate his victory, and anyone who says otherwise is completely incorrect. I've seen some people saying that this song is Zabel doing a throwback but not doing anything interesting with it, and you know what? That's fair. Here's the thing with me, it's still The Weeknd doing his own late 70s Eurodisco track. You aren't seeing me complaining about that. I mean, Moth to a Flame is still better, but that one is just a masterpiece, so it doesn't count. Thank God this made it. This is literally the modern version of Edge of 17, and you know what? That's a great thing, because not only sounds fucking badass, Miley sounds amazing. This is all I wanted to see from Miley, and while Plastic Hearts wasn't that great, it's still really good. This song still kicked a lot of ass. By the way, if they want to release another single, they should probably release Nightcrawling. It's easily the best song there. If I actually had a music career, this is the type of music I would like to make. This sounds like a mixture of Cruel Summer by Taylor Swift and Perfect Places by Lorde. And while it isn't better than any of them, it still strikes a nice balance between the two. Added points for making the lyrics, that are literally just Want You Back by Cher Lloyd, actually compelling. I love this song so fucking much. How the fuck is this the weakest single from Sour if we don't count Trigger? Silk Sonic made one of the best albums of the year, and it's literally just 30 minutes. I would love to see a sequel from this, because with songs like Smoking Out the Window or After Last Night, I can say that a lot of people would be happy. Doja Cat is the biggest One Republic stan ever, and while I don't like them, it's still valid. It's been 2 years and this song is still a shot of adrenaline. It is now officially the biggest song of all time, and it deserves it. It kicked a lot of ass in 2019, and it still does in 2021. I've seen a lot of people souring on this one, no pun intended. But honestly, it has remained the same for me. I can literally listen to this song a lot of times per day and not get sick of. This is pretty much for me my eternal bop. And what a perfect choice to have that title.
I can't believe I finally found someone. I'll sink my teeth in disbelief.
Canada, I don't love you, but I absolutely love your decision of making this a top 20 hit. Now, it would be a lot perfect if you made Physical a #1 hit, but you didn't, so you're still on the shit list. Well, here we have the 10 out of 10. I'm gonna make them stay in the excellent tier, but just letting you know that the song here is absolutely perfect. I'm happy that now Chris Stapleton can just have a top 40 hit regularly and can make the year-end list and almost close in the top half. We are in a shitty place, but sometimes it's just good to appreciate the good things of life.
Don't wanna let you out my head.
I'll say this, the song is not beautiful, even if some of the melodies are just fucking incredible. It's ugly and actually kinda pathetic, and Giveon even knows that, but yet, you can feel his pain and even sympathize with him. My god, the song is just so fucking incredible.
Talk about every time that you showed up on time, but I have an empty line 'cause you never did.
You know what? While I love this, I just hope Billie is actually doing okay. The album went into a lot of zones where I just feel bad for her. I just genuinely hope she's fine. Holy shit, Adele. I'm so happy Adele is back, and actually with one of her best songs of her career. I'll probably have a lot more to say in the future, but I can say some things. While it is something you expect from Adele, it's still a pretty piano ballad with a subtle but comforting groove, and Adele sounding as great as always. And while yeah, the lyrics need a bit of context, but when you search for that context, it will hit you like a sack of bricks. Welcome back, Adele.
All the while, I wave my arm and feel it a smile. Still wanna try, but still believe it.
For fuck's sake, stop sizzing. You know what is great about switching the US with the Canadian year-end list? I can finally talk about this masterpiece.
My diamonds leave with you. You're never gonna hear my heart break. Never gonna move in dark ways.
Just to let y'all know, this was a top 20 hit in Canada. Yeah, Canada is still on my shit list, but this is a nice step to improvement. And honestly, it would be a dumb decision to go on detail with this one. But one thing that we already have learned from me is that I'm stupid as fuck. So you know what? Fuck it. This is the last chance I'll probably have to put a lot on this incredible track, and I'm not gonna waste that opportunity. Starting with the sound itself, with the absolute perfect bass line, the pretty key melody that drives the song into its chorus, that transitions into the second verse so amazingly, and from that it just keeps getting better. The song just becomes more powerful until it kicks into the bridge, which...
Think I always do. My diamonds leave with you.
Wow. Just wow. And not gonna lie, this might be the best that Sam Smith has ever sounded. I'll be the first one to say that I've never minded their soulful Kermit voice, but they are at their best when they can give a balance between their lower and upper register, and it's an absolute example here. So yeah, absolutely the right performance. But what absolutely makes this masterpiece even more worth it are the lyrics. It's a post-breakup song where Sam Smith completely obliterates this ex for their greed, and every single line on the song is not just a great summarization of how shitty this ex was, it also shows that for Sam Smith, all of the expensive things they had that got stolen didn't mean anything to them. It was not what they were looking for. It is evident that Sam Smith is absolutely over this guy, and the diamonds they took advantage of not only does not break the main character, it just shows how shallow the ex actually is. The song has layers for days, that you can just deep dive into it. The song is so high on this ranking because it represents everything that I love from pop music. Amazing production, terrific vocals, with satisfying lyrics. This is Sam Smith's best song, and hey, maybe they will never top this, but at least I have this. at last, yeah, you all knew it. It had to be this for me. At this point, I have nothing more to say about this one. Go check my part 2 of Best Hits of 2021 to see my whole thoughts about it. But let me say this. If her lead single for her sophomore album is just as good or even better than this, we are in great hands, everyone. Yeah, we ended in kind of a predictable way, so you know what? Let's mention some great songs that didn't make any year-end lists, and I just want to talk about them. So count this as top 5 favorite songs of 2021, I guess.
Could I belong here? The vibes are kinda strong here. The vibes are kinda wrong. It's good to know just what goes on here.
This one absolutely has a nice vibe with its chill bass and guitars. It just sets into a really hypnotizing vibe, where the lead singer can lean into it with lots of charm, and the lyrics perfectly describe the shallow life of Los Angeles, especially in the eyes of someone who isn't even from the city. Trust me when I say this, guys, go check out Wolf Alice's Blue Weekend, and especially this track, you're not gonna regret it. Okay, you have Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak, Thundercat, and Bootsy Collins on the same track. Of course this is gonna be amazing. Honestly, it just sounds like something out of this world. It's slow, but in a way that you can just feel comfortable. And my god, that key change. Just, my god. And yeah, again, this song is cheesy as sin, but at the same time, it makes it actually more charming. Yeah, I've had a ton of fun with this. Please drop a sequel from this album. I really need it.
Look at the sky, I'm still here. I'll be right next year.
This one sounds like heaven, plain and simple. It has a ton of ideas on its own, and every single one not just fits. Every time you're gonna listen to it, it's gonna pull you into a journey. And hell, even the pitch-shifted vocals feel extremely emotional. I'll admit, at first I wasn't in the Porter Robinson's hype train, but do me a favor, go listen to his 2021 album Nurture. It's great, and especially Look at the Sky. On principle, this kinda seems like your standard Churches single. And I'll admit, this one took a while to click with me, but when it clicked, my god, it clicked. What I can describe this song is just every single great thing about Churches put into one song and multiplied by 10. Let me tell, what this group is great with is making fantastic lead singles. And He Said She Said might actually be their best. It's tense in a way that it feels absolutely eerie in the best way possible, with its bombastic drums, abrasive bass, and the 80s inspired synths. And the lyrics absolutely paint a picture of how much this ex was a shitty gaslighter. But what absolutely sold me into this was the pre-chorus, that feels like it's seconds from the main character's last straw, and then the chorus feels like the last straw, where they can finally obliterate the shitty partner. Like I said, it feels like everything I love from this band is just here, and I'm fucking happy that this one kicks as much ass as it does. Okay, if you follow me on Twitter, this won't be a surprise, but again, I'm not a person of surprises. And hey, I can finally at least talk about one of my favorite songs of all time. Trust me when I say this, nothing was gonna top this for my favorite song of the year. The moment I heard it, I know it would receive that title. And let's talk about it for a bit. It starts with this piano melody that it suddenly starts to get faster, and then you are surprised by this absolutely stunning blast of sounds that just, I don't even have words for this. And then the first verse starts, with Sarah Kinsley's beautiful vocals, and then the little things added between, like that synth in the low end, and then the pre-chorus where that piano melody reappears to complement just everything. And then that blast of sounds comes back.
I wanna be the king.
With you alongside hear that chorus. Like I said, I can't even put into words. The lyrics are a coming-of-age story, where the artist is transitioning from adolescence to adulthood and is going to just have the best time with this partner. No matter what happens or the challenges they will face, they will keep being together to see how it goes. And as someone who is doing that transition, some of these lyrics feel absolutely compelling and relatable to me. And then to end things off, that outro. I'll admit, the moment I heard this, I almost cried. I'm not a person who cries a lot with music, and it might feel like a cliche, but this one almost did. And to have such a positive force to me, I can call it my favorite song of 2021, and one of my favorite songs of all time. Holy shit, this was a long video. I'm so happy I finally managed to make this video. It's been a journey, and I'm happy it finally got out. I hope y'all liked it. Next video I'll be making will be the grab bag reviews video, and after that, it's gonna be a list about an older year. Which one? I'm not gonna reveal it, but stay tuned. I want to thank everyone who has supported me for this amount of time. It's been a ride that I've been happy of taking it, so thanks everyone. So to end things off, leave a like, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Twitter, so I'll see you in the next video.